Recognize this puss.
We start off with Lydia Deetz, who's all grown up now and hosting her own supernatural chat show called Ghost House. While filming an episode, Lydia suddenly has a vision of Beetlejuice. Yep, the one and only mischief maker in the audience. Things take a turn for the worse when Lydia's stepmother breaks the news that Lydia's father, Charles, has passed away on his way to the Winter River for a funeral service.
My body. What happened?
Oh man, Lydia's life is still a whole vibe. Hosting a supernatural talk show? That's so on brand for her. But seriously, seeing Beetlejuice again out of nowhere? You know things are about to get chaotic. And then the news about her dad? OOF, talk about an emotional rollercoaster right from the start. After hearing the tragic news, the Deetz family rushes to pick up Lydia's daughter, Astrid, from boarding school. We learn that Lydia has been through a lot. She and Astrid's father, Richard, got divorced 2 years before he mysteriously disappeared. After the funeral, in a surprising moment, Rory, a family friend, proposes to Lydia. But this news doesn't sit well with Astrid, and she runs off and meets a local boy named Jeremy Fraser. Wait, hold up. First, Lydia's dealing with her dad's passing, then suddenly there's a proposal? Rory, read the room man. And Astrid's reaction? Total teenager mode. Like, nope, I'm outta here. I can't blame her though. That's a lot to handle all at once.
Sorry about your fence, by the way. You can tell your parents my mom will pay for that.
That's okay.
Cut to the afterlife, where we find Beetlejuice running his office of bioexorcists, with the help of his assistant, Bob, a nervous shrunken-head ghost. Turns out, Beetlejuice has been keeping tabs on Lydia all these years, still obsessed with her. But there's trouble brewing for him. Wolf Jackson, a ghost detective, warns Beetlejuice that his ex-wife, Dolores, has escaped captivity and is on a soul-draining rampage looking for him. Their twisted history goes way back to the Black Plague, when she poisoned him during a dark immortality ritual. Beetlejuice running his own bioexorcist office? Classic. And of course, he's still obsessed with Lydia. Some things never change. But now his ex, Dolores, is back on a soul-draining rampage? Talk about holding a grudge since the Black Plague. Back in the world of the living, Astrid discovers that she's inherited her mom's psychic abilities. She realizes that Jeremy, her new friend, is actually a ghost. He asks her to join him in the afterlife to help him come back to life, promising that she'll get a chance to reunite with her dad's spirit. Tempted by the thought of seeing her father again, Astrid agrees. She recites an incantation from the handbook for the recently deceased. Just like that, they're transported into the afterlife. Meanwhile, Lydia starts digging into Jeremy's past and discovers something horrifying. Jeremy once murdered his parents, before dying in a police shootout. Realizing that Astrid is in serious danger, Lydia reluctantly brings back the only ghost with the skills to deal with this situation, Beetlejuice. She agrees to marry him in exchange for his help in getting Astrid back safely from the afterlife.
Tell me what this means.
Okay, plot twist. Jeremy's a ghost and a murderer? Astrid, girl, you've got to pick better friends. But calling Beetlejuice for help? That's like inviting chaos to a disaster. It's going to be one wild rescue mission.
I'm gonna make you so happy.
Jesus.
With a snap of his fingers, Beetlejuice opens a portal between the worlds of the living and the dead. As Lydia and Beetlejuice enter the afterlife, he uses a decoy to throw off Wolf Jackson, who's hot on his trail. Wolf mistakenly captures Bob, thinking he's Beetlejuice, while Dolores drains Bob's soul, believing he might lead her to her ex-husband. Meanwhile, Jeremy tricks Astrid into a deal to trade her life for his, planning to send her off on the soul train to the great beyond. As Astrid was being forcibly led to the train, she makes a shocking discovery. One of the employees at the station is her dad, Richard. In the train, just in the nick of time, Lydia manages to pull Astrid off the train. They are pulled through an emergency exit and end up on one of Saturn's moons. There, they have a close encounter with a giant sandworm, but Richard arrives just in time to save them and brings them back to the Winter River. Poor Bob, getting caught in the middle of all this chaos. Talk about wrong place and wrong time. And Astrid finding her dad working at the train station? That's a twist I didn't see coming. Plus, escaping a giant sandworm on Saturn's moon? This is getting wild. After a happy reunion, Richard tries to help Astrid and Linda return to the world of the living. There, they meet Jeremy. He makes a move to return to the world of the living. But Beetlejuice has other plans. He shows up and sends Jeremy straight to hell. With Richard's help, Lydia and Astrid find their way back to the world of the living. But their troubles aren't over yet. During a ceremony mourning Charles, Delia, who was accidentally bitten by some venomous asps, arrives in the afterlife. She makes a deal with Beetlejuice to help her find Charles' spirit, which leads them both back into a web of chaos. The reunion between Richard, Lydia, and Astrid was so sweet. But of course, Jeremy tries to mess it up, only to get sent straight to hell by Beetlejuice. Good riddance. And Delia's deal with Beetlejuice? That's just asking for trouble.
Would you help me find Charles, please? And then the VIP lounge.
Sure.
Back at the church, Rory is eagerly waiting at the altar for Lydia. But just when you think the wedding might actually happen, Beetlejuice crashes the party with Delia in tow. He injects Rory with a truth serum. And surprise! It turns out Rory only wanted to marry Lydia for her money. Furious, Lydia's ready to call it all off, but Beetlejuice has other plans. He's about to marry Lydia himself when Dolores storms in, hell-bent on revenge. In a last-ditch effort, Astrid opens a portal to unleash a sandworm, and in a dramatic moment, the sandworm devours Dolores and Rory. Oh my gosh, Rory got totally exposed in front of everyone. And Lydia just decking him? Iconic. Beetlejuice trying to marry Lydia is classic him, always causing mayhem. And Astrid summoning the sandworm like a pro. Yes. Go girl. With the wedding chaos finally over, Astrid reveals a loophole. Since Beetlejuice broke the afterlife laws by bringing Lydia into their world, their marriage contract is null and void. Lydia doesn't waste a second. She recites Beetlejuice's name 3 times, and poof. He's vanished back to the afterlife, defeated and fuming. Delia finds herself back in the afterlife as well, where she finally reunites with Charles as he boards the soul train to the great beyond.
Oh, well then.
I mean, Beetlejuice exploding like a balloon is the perfect karma for him, right? He's always breaking the rules, and it finally caught up with him. And Delia finally getting some peace? She really needed that after all this craziness. In the film's closing moments, Lydia decides to retire from her show, Ghost House, to focus more on her daughter, Astrid. They embark on a new adventure, traveling to Transylvania, where they visit Dracula's castle. There, Astrid meets a charming guy named Vlad, and wouldn't you know it, they end up getting married. But even in this moment of peace, Lydia's nightmares about Beetlejuice continue. In one terrifying dream, she imagines Astrid having Beetlejuice's child, jolting her awake in a panic. Alright, that's a wrap on our recap of Beetlejuice. This film brought the spooky charm back to life with its quirky characters and dark humor. Classic Beetlejuice vibes, but with a fresh twist. So, what did you think of this haunting adventure? Did it live up to your expectations? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, if there's a movie you'd like me to recap next, drop your suggestions. And don't forget, you can find links to other movie recaps right here. Make sure to check those out if you want more awesome movie breakdowns. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on any of our other exciting videos. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay safe and stay awesome.